The country's largest and arguably best aquatic center is right here in Greensboro, North Carolina. The Greensboro Aquatic Center opened its doors 10 years ago this month and has had so much success ever since. We had a chance to talk with Greensboro Coliseum Complex's managing director, Matt Brown, about this historic place.
It was 10 years ago I made these following comments. I said that I was confident that years from now the construction of this aquatic center will be recognized as one of the most significant moments in our city's history.
So Matt, we're here on the 10th anniversary. Can you believe we're here, and how does it feel? Kind of reflect.
Well, it's sort of, I mean, this place has been such a great thing for our community, and it's so nice to be here on a beautiful sunny day, have people come and celebrate, to think of us having been open for 10 years. But I think it's almost, when you reflect on what a variety of world-class facility this has been able to host events of a broad magnitude, is really remarkable. I mean, it's probably exceeded everyone's expectations. Maybe Susan, Braman, and I had some experience from Fort Lauderdale at the International Hall of Fame pool, had some inclination of what it could be, but I think we've really exceeded everyone's thoughts of what it could be, and it serves such a broad, service to our community.
Well, and it wasn't easy at the very beginning. I mean, not at all. First, we had to kind of educate people what a natatorium was. Do you remember that?
Excellent, good point. It was going to be down at what is now the Spears Y. So, yeah, that would have been, unfortunately, that would have been a limited capacity facility, not done for meets. So this ended up being the right facility, the right design. We used it as an economic tool to get our community out of the recession of 2008 and 9, and it's proven to be an economic engine for our entire community and region, really. I mean, every hotel has been affected, restaurants been affected by the large swim groups that come and have to be housed and looking for food and those kind of retail options.
So talk about that money, because people who aren't involved with swimming maybe don't understand how this is driving our economy.
Yeah, and we don't come up with these numbers. They come from tools provided to us by the Convention and Visitors Bureau, who adapt these economic numbers based on true number of bodies who come to Greensboro, whether that's swimmers and coaches and family members who come. Those economic dollars are generated by those participants coming to our community, and they're not staying one night.
Right.
They're staying 3 to 4 nights for these meets, which is tremendous to have that kind of impact and notoriety on our facility. As Trish Martin noted, we're well known now across the world from an aquatic standpoint of what a great facility this is.
Yeah, we're talking millions, over $180 million impact just from these pools. How quickly from the time that you opened the doors to the original building, because we've grown, did you realize, whoa, we may need to even make this bigger?
Yeah, Susan and I started having some little dialogue and saying, she was already exceeding the lane lines. As I mentioned, this facility is open before 6 a.m. We have people knocking on the door, so you have this group of individuals who want to do lap swimming, and you have the swim teams and the city meets. All those groups are taking up lane lines and times during the day that we realize we need more lane lines. We need more times of the day. We can't make the day longer. Well, you have to have more lanes. So therefore, that led to this phenomenally fourth pool designed by Susan Braman in the unique L shape that allowed us to get 19 additional lane lines. Was phenomenal. So when we have a long course meet, it's a 50-meter pool. With short course meets, they can use it as warm up for their meet. So it's become a phenomenal tool and really has made us the noteworthy facility across the country that we are.
Yeah, really. I mean, as you mentioned, you hear Greensboro, they don't even have to say North Carolina in the swimming world. They know where Greensboro is.
Yeah, it's really it's remarkable the success that we've planted for Greensboro, not just nationally, but even internationally. It's well known.
And I know that from the very beginning, your passion and others' passions was teaching people to swim, specifically children, Guilford County Schools children. Can you talk about the program?
Well, Susan and I had that experience at Fort Lauderdale. There were a lot of kids disadvantaged who never were exposed to, it wasn't that their parents had a pool behind, but they had a creek, they had a canal, they had a lake, they had a river. And her passion then, and we developed it down in Fort Lauderdale, so it was something we wanted to continue here. And our commitment and goal was teach kids. It was a program, it was certified by the North Carolina school system. It's a key age group. When you get kids at a second grade at that age level, they will remember what they're taught. So we wanted to implant that skill session with them. I only wish we could do 50,000 a year, not the number we're doing. So somewhere down the line, my goal is to do a bond where people commit to this service, to this need in our community, and we can have funding that will service that group and do every school, every second grader, every school, every year.
Throughout the county.
We cannot skip a year, we can't skip a school. So we're only touching the surface of what we need to do and what we should do.
Well, we started with 4 schools and grown, I mean, to almost 40 schools now, so on the way, but there is more to come. When you look at these meets and all the things coming, I mean, what do you feel about that? Where is it?
Well, I think it's just it serves so many purposes: economic engine, life-saving, and also therapeutic. And seniors, be here when you see all the seniors come in. They love the pool, a ramp to get into warm water, all the programming that's done there, phenomenal staff. It serves everything, and what better could you ask for a city to build a facility that serves such a broad need and use?
So what's next? I know you're always thinking what's next.
Well, I've made points about the city needs to control their destiny coming out of this COVID, and we have ideas and plans for what else can we do to generate more economic impact for our community, service our needs. And I've had those thoughts, and we're going to continue to pursue those.
All right, so stay tuned.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. When we come back, we'll talk more about how the Greensboro Aquatic Center works and the many, many programs available here. Welcome back to Gate City Insider. The Greensboro Aquatic Center hosts visitors nearly every day of the year, sometimes as early as 5 o'clock in the morning till late in the evening hours. And the person who makes sure all of that runs smoothly is the manager, Susan Braman. We had a chance to talk about the many things happening here.
I wanted to give you all a glimpse of the level of swimming that takes place here and what's currently going on as we speak out here. Over 1,200 athletes competed in the 2020 U.S. Olympic trials in waves 1 and 2 over a 2-week period. 92 of those athletes are here right now in Greensboro. They're competing in our 2021 USA Swimming's Speedo Summer Championships, and they are here now, and some of them are breaking records. We have 373 of the top athletes in the country right now. The national age group record has just been broken, and the boys 17 and 18, 400 freestyle. So that's what's happening at the GAC on our 10th anniversary. So it's good stuff.
Susan Braman is the manager of the Greensboro Aquatic Center. Great to be with you again.
Thank you.
So let's talk history. When you first came to the Greensboro Aquatic Center, what were your first objectives to complete, to try to do here?
Well, we had a list. We had specific goals, those short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. And at the top of the list was providing the community service for the students and the residents in Greensboro to learn to swim, which I'm proud to say resulted in the Matt Brown Endowment Fund and the tremendous program we have for second graders throughout the county to learn to swim. That was a goal, before we ever had a shovel in the ground. And the growth of that from that first year with 4 schools to 30 planned for this coming year is probably the thing I'm most proud of.
Yeah, and I think people maybe don't even understand what this is. It is completely free to the schools and to the students and families that they're learning to swim.
Yeah, so we're eliminating any reason that they couldn't get here and learn to swim, and we're bringing them during the school day, so we make certain that we're getting everybody.
Right.
Everybody in that school will come in and have the opportunity, and if necessary, we provide them with the bathing suit, the towel, the hat, the goggles, everything they need to take those life-saving lessons.
And what has it been like to see some of these students graduate from, some of them terrified to even put a toe in the water, to actually swimming sometimes across the pool?
Right. I think one of my favorite memories is a person I think you had the pleasure to meet, and she was afraid to participate in her own baptism, and she ended up taking our 2nd grade lessons and learned to swim and went on to be a swimmer, and certainly then was ready to say, let's do this baptism again, you know. But there's been so many students that were so afraid the first few days, and they've watched their peers and their, kids in their class, and they've just taken that on and just showed such great courage, you know. Right. Some of them have never even been in pools, you know, so the character traits that they learn and display is just, it's invaluable, and it's so rewarding to us to be able to be a part of that, and to see the success and their joy with it. And we've had dozens now over the 10 years that have gone on to participate on our club teams. We try to get them to do some extension programs and to learn stroke work, and then there's those few in each group that want to continue, want to be the next Michael Phelps or whomever, Simone Manuel. And so that's extremely rewarding, and for me, probably the thing I'm most proud of to be a part of.
And you've seen some adults, some parents who've decided to learn to swim
So
after
true.
being inspired by their children. I know.
True. Yeah, that's awesome. The compliments we get, and the one that comes to mind is someone who was not in favor of the Aquatic Center.
Really?
Or very early on, and admitted it and didn't vote for it. And lo and behold, we have taught that person how to swim, and she is a member of the GAC and has been for probably 7 years. So, overcoming some of those obstacles and the folks that were not on board is also very rewarding. And that's only done by the fact that we run good programs, we have great staff, and it's just been a win-win situation, and just super rewarding to see people like that learn to swim and say, I'm glad this happened, even though I didn't vote for it.
Yeah. So on any given day, you can see people, children and adults taking swim lessons. You can see water therapy happening, water aerobics happening, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, because of course swim teams and competitive swimming is so popular here in Greensboro and across the country, really.
Yeah. One of the events that we do annually, the CSA City Meet, with typically 1,500 plus of our kids in the community, is a very rewarding one for all of us. And in particular, when they finish racing and those that are getting their medals, and they're able to say that they swim at the Greensboro Aquatic Center that's hosting the NCAA National Championships, and like right now going on with the USA Swimming Summer National Championship, and to see those kids every year get out of the pool and they'll look at themselves up on the scoreboard, and
how screen.
On the big screen, with their medal, and they're like, I'm swimming in this pool Simone and Katie Ledecky are in,
Yeah, I mean, this is a big deal. And there's a lot of big meets here. So kind of talk a little bit about that. I mean, some of the swimmers who have been here, some of the competitions, some of the records that have been broken in this pool.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And a great example is that just on the heels of the 21 Olympics with Caleb Dressel, who won 5 gold medals. He's been here numerous times. He broke the junior national record right here for the 50 free. back as a 16-year-old when we were first going, who is this young man,
Right.
And here he is representing our country and winning 5 gold medals, So we have that really elite level of people. Katie Ledecky still holds several records here, and here she is winning the gold at Tokyo, But beyond those big events, which we do many of in each year, we just have so much going on for the youth in the state of North Carolina. We have people coming from all over the state to participate in swimming meets, whether they're local, regional, state championships, and it's just, I think we're over 280,000 swimming participants that have entered into a meet here in our 10 years.
Yeah, so how many meets a year does that equate to?
Yeah, we're on an average of about 65, 68.
So that's more than 1 week.
Yeah, oh yeah. Some of them are 4 and 5 days long, like these big national championships, City meet, for example, each year is usually 3 days. So we stay busy here.
Yeah, and it's not just, and there's some other things too happening here. I think that we've heard talk about the mermaids coming.
Yeah. The Mermania is big here. We are planning our next major Mermania event, soon to be announced. Yeah.
We've also seen synchronized swimming here.
Yes. Yeah.
And lots
Several
of diving.
national diving championships.
Yeah, so talk about the diving a little bit, because I think a lot of people don't realize that that's happening in their backyard.
Yeah, I mean, right here in Greensboro is an opportunity to learn to dive. For those who have an interest in it, in the age group and development program, so we can work with the young children to get them ready if they want to, if they aspire to be on a diving team. We've got that, and what we have that very few facilities in the country have is a platform with the 5, 7.5, and 10-meter platform. We have folks come in from colleges and club programs all around our state just to practice and compete on our towers here. It's actually changed the dynamics of high school swimming because the diving component is so strong now, and the points that are awarded within the high school competitions, and that level I've seen grow tremendously from what might have been 6 or 7 our first year to 36 last year.
Yeah, because they didn't have the opportunity to practice it anywhere locally.
They did not. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the facility. Can you just kind of describe what is available here at the Greensboro Aquatic Center?
Yeah, we have 4 swimming pools here, and I'll start by recognizing the recreational and therapy pool, because truly that services the community, not only for lap swimming, but there's a really big Greensboro Aquatic Center Learn to Swim program, and that's from 6 months old to adult. And it is amazing the amount of people in the community who've taken advantage of coming in, and now we've really grown to where folks, once they come in for certain lessons, will stay and keep working on their skills. And so that's a huge component, is the Learn to Swim here. And we have a big senior program here too. Lots of fitness, water therapy classes, and that is, an average, we're getting 20 of our adults anywhere from 9 a.m. classes, 10 a.m. classes, 5 p.m. classes, and then we do some fun Zumba type water aerobics in the evening. Just really rewarding to see how much those have grown, just making people aware that all that is here. We host national championships, but you can come in this pool with your own locker rooms, pay your admission daily, buy a monthly pass, become a year-round member. You can do it all.
And you can come and just play too if you
Lots
have
of rec swim.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we're focusing on family swim now on Saturday afternoons, and that's become a pretty popular little segment for us.
A great way to unplug. You can't have technology in the pool. It's off limits.
What a good point. Yeah, I'm sure parents love it.
Well, and we're right at the end of summer too, and so people kind of think of this as the end of the swimming season. But if you think about this resource we have in Greensboro, it's just the beginning.
It is. It truly is. And we announced this earlier today, but we're real excited to have a new event coming with Paralympics, and to have the opportunity to prepare for and host people with, you know, varying disabilities and amputations and things that will be at a national level. So we're real excited, and we know we'll have a lot of the community support on that, volunteers and folks to help us host a great meet for the Paralympics and give them a chance to shine in our swimming pool as well. And we hope that, you know, through hosting this first one, it'll become a regular for us too, to be in their rotation and service that segment of our community.
And we also learned about some other big meets that are coming or coming back to Greensboro.
Yeah, very excited. We've developed a great partnership with USA Swimming, and we're real proud of that, and we're partners with them, and we look forward to many more to come. And you know, I talked about earlier our list and our short-term goals and long-term goals, and as example, we were hoping within 8 years to host NCAA Division I swimming and diving, and we got it in 2015.
Right.
4 years into it.
Amazing.
And we are in their rotation, you know. We're host to upcoming Division I, II, and III national championships. So with all the collaboration and networking in this community, we've just really exceeded every one of the goals that we put in place, one of which was to get a Paralympic national championship.
Wow. Okay, so you've exceeded all these goals, so you're just setting new ones, I imagine. So what's next on the reaching out there list for you?
At the top of the list is teaching every second grader in Guilford County to swim. There's no doubt about it. That's the top of the list, and just to get more folks interested in aquatics. We're working hard right now on expanding opportunities to learn to swim for young adults, and we're offering things such as lifeguard training at no charge, you know, so that we can inspire people for careers in aquatics. You know, we want to increase the diversity in aquatics, and so we have a focus there, and we have a lot of goals to make positions, professional positions, instructor positions, more accessible for people in Greensboro, and to hire them. We have some 80 part-time staff right now. So.
Well, I know you're proud of what's coming. I know you have some big goals of what's to do. You know, if you just had to kind of sum up your experience over the last 10 years, how would you do that?
Gosh, that's a tough one for me. The thing that I have to say is that this place has exceeded expectations, and in spite of my hundreds and hundreds of hours of work and weekends lost, it is the most rewarding thing I've ever done. So I'm proud to be a part of it, and I'm proud to have guided and to have assembled the team that we have. Yeah, it's a rewarding experience. I'm a very lucky person.
Well, we're lucky to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
10 years of the Greensboro Aquatic Center, and it is just the beginning. If you want to take a dip, take a class, or sign up for a team, just go to greensboroaquaticcenter.com. Thanks so much for joining us for this edition of Gate City Insider. Until next time, have a great day.